Welcome to Brawlhalla.
However, we are seeing Macheeete play this Jae-Yun pick. We just saw that last game from Sgrape do amazing things against Swado. But now we're going to have to see it go into Sgrape. Sgrape mainly known for that Lance and Ryan pick. Always been a solid player. And, I mean, it's a personal bias, but I always love seeing players with Spear play so well. So, yeah. It's just, I don't know. These guys are just amazing players in general, so seeing them clash, I mean, even just top 8 entry, I feel like this match could probably be winners finals. What do you think?
Oh yeah, easily. Because you also, if you check the PR, it was like.
Yes.
Yeah, no, these two guys are pretty much neck and neck, because when the numbers get that close and you're this high up, really anyone can take the set.
But I mean, right now, Macheeete kind of struggling. You're not seeing as much greatsword as we did last game, but Sgrape doing a really good job with Spear, getting a little bit of damage built here and there. Finally picking up the lands, trying to go for a GC down so he could possibly get a confirm off of it. Another misplaced signature from Sgrape, but a good end sig though. Will get the first stock of Macheeete, and he's going to prime that lands.
Sgrape needs to try and hold on to this stock. You can see just how far the unarmed sidelight sends him. Macheeete just dash jumping around the stage, is able to pick up the dealer recovery. That is going to be enough. This Paladin Jae-Yun is making some. Hold on, wait. Was the last set that we saw with Skeldra, that was the level 1 Paladin Jae-Yun, right? And is this level 3?
I believe so. Yes.
That completely didn't cross my mind.
Oh, anyway, I mean, it's like level 1 Jae-Yun versus level 100 plus Jae-Yun. But a good ground pound from Sgrape with a sizable lead now. Doing it really solid, trying to get a little bit of damage. I mean, Sgrape is not having much trouble at all. Macheeete needs to start building up damage like yesterday. Good dodge there. Nice little punish. 3-hit for Macheeete. Trying to get this confirmed, and they do. Beautiful. Didn't even get touched that stop.
Evening it out. Macheeete now has some momentum in the palm of their hands. Greatsword into lands. Two very big weapons that I feel like kind of move in pretty similar ways, where on just every single hit they feel kind of slow, but once you start building up combos, that's when the momentum builds and they could take stocks in the blink of an eye. Macheeete, you can still, even though that doesn't quite connect, still has a read, still has Sgrape downloaded quite well, is able to read the jump, and is not quite able to catch with that nair. That N-Sig might punish him for it, but still, we are coming down to sudden death in game 1, and Macheeete goes up in the...
Beautiful side there for the sword. Sgrape kind of struggling near the end. Macheeete doing a really good job of equaling up those stocks. I mean, he had such a sizable lead going into that, going into Macheete's last stock, but Macheeete just played so well with Greatsword, got a bunch of reads, got a bunch of, combos going. And Sgrape just took that, But now we're moving on to it once again, another flat map. Greatsword does prevail on these types of maps. However, I think Lance also does as well.
That neutral starter just barely whiffing from a few seconds ago. Anything started, I think Sgrape's playing around for a little bit more of a punish than anything, and so Sgrape, you can even see dodging away to try and get the punish, charges up that side sig and gets punished for it. So Macheeete switching over to sword, I think might be approaching less and playing for a bit more for the punish, and similar with Sgrape, you can see them being very, very nervous to approach, and is able to punish the landing as it is first stocks, but they are playing like it's last stock, and to an extent, I kind of like that. You got to treat every stock with the value that it has, because right now, the moment one gets taken away, look at where the game leans. Look at where you want to say, I bet this guy's going to win.
I bet this guy's going to win right now. But, I mean, now, I mean, last game we didn't even see much of a lead build for either player, and now for the first time we see Sgrape going in with a lead. I mean, last game stocks were equal regardless of damage. I mean, one person died and the next person did not do any damage. And it's just like, I mean, there's really been no leads, but right now Sgrape does actually have a lead. This Lance pick is doing really, really good, but Macheeete is starting to capitalize on it with this greatsword. The two aerial weapons doing solid damage, but a nice confirm there for Sgrape.
This is a very, very tasty lead for Sgrape. Macheeete still has him red, still able to catch these jumps and these dodge every now and again, especially when it matters. That D-Light's going to send Sgrape off the side of the stage, but Macheeete is going to look for ground pound. Sgrape's going to sneak on by, find his way back on a stage. Weapon uses the weapon throw into the combo, shoves Sgrape aside, and is on the verge of evening out stocks. Although, whatever little bits of damage Sgrape's been able to pick up here and there has been adding up fast. Because although Macheeete has damage, I mean, has stocks even out, damage is a different story. Choosing to stay on sword for a little bit more, and we're starting to see Macheeete's strategy poke through. Great sword when you're feeling a little bit more ambitious and you want to swing first, and a sword when you want to hang back and play a little bit more off of chip damage and punish. As you can see, it's really over who is able to pressure the other player into whiffing first. And Macheeete is getting the better of a considerable amount of these engagements, but Sgrape really only needs to pick one option, the right place at the right time, the right button for it to all connect.
The right foot.
Have a 1-1, yeah.
The right one. That one.
In particular, that one.
That one. That one especially. But I mean, it's gonna be a close set. Do you think we're gonna see a game 5 from these guys?
I mean, it's already looking like it. We got Macheeete taking a game pretty triumphantly, and then we got Sgrape just playing a very, very solid game, stepping up as that was going on. Both these players slowly upgrading, slowly turning the power higher and higher as we got going on. So I'd say it's in the deck. I don't know how close it is to the top of the deck, but the card's in there. I believe in it.
It's in there somewhere, but I mean, you gotta realize there's 52 other cards, or 51 other cards in that same deck. So really, this could go any way. I mean, Sgrape did a really good job last game. You know, had a sizable lead for the majority of it. But, I mean, Macheeete brought a game back from 2 stocks to 1. So, I mean, like I said, there's just so much that can happen. There's so much uncertainty, but that's why we love Brawlhalla. You know, there's nothing set in stone. You know, unless I'm going against graffiti in a tournament. You know, it's kind of given. Stop.
No. I mean,
I'm sorry.
We did just see Skelja 3-1 Slaughter. You don't gotta expose me like that.
I'm sorry, graffiti. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I promise.
Yeah, we did just see Skeldra 3-1 Swada, and that is kind of one of our favorite reasons to watch this, is that anything can and will happen. It's always too early to call it until it's over. Don't say it until it happens. But right now, this start of the game is not maybe looking squeaky, spotless, clean for Sgrape. We got some spots that we gotta start sweeping.
Yeah, right now, Macheeete's starting off amazing with that great sword, but now starting to opt in for the sword, trying to get a little bit, just the chip damage. But Sgrape just needs to start doing some work, heavy amounts of damage just are not going to be enough, really. And you can get the damage, but just not finding really neat confirms, nothing's really going on for Sgrape. Really tough game. Side light down air for the lands. But Macheeete just doing so well. A good punish, trying to go for a falling sider to get the confirm onto Sgrape once again. Sgrape unfortunately getting hit by that N-Sig from Macheeete.
That was also a really good punish.
It was. But as we're seeing right now, Macheeete with a sizable lead, 3 stocks to 1. There is a potential for a 3 stock here, but I mean, as I say that, since off the side of stage, can Sgrape get the edge guard? They unfortunately do not. Macheeete regains stage control. Jumps back off stage. This is rough for Sgrape right now.
Yeah, no, Macheeete is close to untouchable right now. There's the first thing to connect in a long while as we have both players in red. Next hit might just take the stock. Macheeete almost gives up the weapon. I don't know if it was a misinput, not letting him grab it, but Macheeete looking untouchable for the second half of that game.
God dang, man.
God dang.
Come on. I mean, I get that these players are really good, but a 3-stock right now puts them down 2-1 games. I mean, it's like crazy. I mean, you know what I mean, right? It's like crazy.
That's just gonna put a lot of pressure on Swada. On Sgrape's shoulders to try and figure out how to respond.
Oh yeah, I mean, but I think any response is good right now. I mean, any response is better than no response, and
yeah,
we're just gonna have to see if Sgrape can respond. Macheeete's starting to look like that blender Stelger was in last game, but I mean, it's cranked all the way up right now. So let's see if Sgrape can even bring it back.
Sgrape takes us to Western Air Temple, a very interesting choice, and we're just going to see how much this benefits him. And it's not going too bad to start. I mean, we do have it even. Macheeete is able to expand any bits that he's able, any bits of damage he's able to get. Still has Sgrape red, pretty decently, and Sgrape trying to bait out with that ground pound, not quite gonna work. Macheeete is quickly getting the better of most of these engagements. Sgrape needs to rethink his approach fast. These aren't just rolls of the die. This isn't just, oh, the coin is flipping, not my way sometimes. This is Macheeete gaining the better of a lot of these engagements, but the clash off of the D-Light is going to be a fantastic way to maybe bring this closer to even as we have both players touching down on red. The next few hits are going to sway the set. Sgrape is going to have a lot more work to do if he wants to bring this to a game 5, and Macheeete is not stopping, not getting comfortable. He's going to keep on running.
Yeah, Macheeete basically said, all right, we'll play heads or tails. Heads, I win. Tails, you lose. I mean, it's like he's starting to run away with it, but now Sgrape equaling up the stocks pretty quickly, trying to build a little bit of damage onto Macheeete. But I mean, the greatsword last game did so well for Macheeete, and a nice little punish there with the side lights and the D lights. Macheeete getting a nice little 3-piece there with the sword. And Sgrape started to struggle, not really finding many openings with this Lance pick. I mean, a Lance player struggling with Lance, that's something new, I'm gonna be honest.
Sgrape has done a very nice job of evening out the game, although could be on the verge of falling down a bracket stock right here, gets caught in the end sig. I don't know if he was trying to jump out of that, it was a misinput, or was just not expecting it to reach that far, but it was very strange to see it catch in that specific manner. We got Macheeete staying grounded, choosing not to leave the floor. When you got a weapon that benefits being grounded a lot better, you don't want to leave the ground to fight against a weapon that is much better off the stage. You can see Sgrape jumping a lot and has to pull out an anti-air to shut that down. Sgrape's Lance gonna work so much better in the air. Macheete's greatsword gonna work so much better on the ground. So one of these players kind of has to leave their comfort zone to approach just for a chance to win out in neutral. No, you come here. No, I'm staying here. You come here. I'm good here.
I want to stay over here.
You come here. No.
No, but I want to stay over here though.
No, it's so warm and comfy here. Come on.
It's warm. Nah, I'm a cool guy. I like the cold.
Me too.
Right now,
making it up for the story.
Sgrape with a beautiful end-sig in now. Graffiti, you know what that means? You know what that means? I'm so excited. You know what that means?
We got another game 5.
We got a game 5. Let's go.
Do the voice again. Do it.
Game 5.
Yippee!
Hooray.
Yippee!
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited.
Macheeete banning out Western Air Temple as those platforms kind of cost him the game, so we are going to be going to a map probably without that many platforms. Since Macheeete lost the last game, he's gonna have a lot more of a choice as to where we go. He's able to ban out more maps than Sgrape. And we go to Demon Island. Like we said earlier, that runway, just that long stretch of soft platform, less island. That's going to be great for Macheeete. Already off to a pretty wonderful start. How far can those little wings on the back of Jaehyun take him here?
Well, I mean, to the moon and back at this rate. I mean, but Sgrape responded so well to getting 3 stock in game number 3. But I mean, even after that, they kept themselves composed. They brought it back, and now started to take a little bit of damage in this game number 5 here. But Sgrape, playing around the sword, starting to get a little bit of chip damage, and Macheeete is starting to slow down a little bit. Someone's turning down the blender. Electricity currents kind of weakening there.
Sgrape starting to maybe throw out a few more of these signatures. We didn't see too many of them during the middle of this set, during game like 2 or 3, I want to say, but now that we're hopping into game 4 and 5, we're starting to see a few more of them rearing their head around the corner, as he's probably going to need some to even this out. We haven't really seen too many spear signatures. It's mostly been the lance signatures to try and get a better knockout, because when it comes to spear, if you know how to place your hits right, sometimes the KOs will just happen. That pogo there being an excellent example. Macheeete is going to have to stick with sword. Having losing his first stock might have messed with how he wants to play with the weapon cycle. So that Emily to punish the landing is not going to come through, as there's a small chance he actually really wanted greatsword for this. And is losing out some of these interactions because he doesn't have the weapon that he wants. Sgrape is starting to interrupt Macheete's rhythm. You can even see him having a hard time landing, finding the space. Finally picks up greatsword, but the damage has already been done. Sgrape getting in Macheete's face, saying, nah, this game will not go all according to plan. If you want to get me out of this bracket, you're gonna have some pieces fall apart.
Yeah, and right there, Sgrape does manage to take the lead off of a good placed side air. I mean, Macheeete is starting to slow down, like I said earlier. But, I mean, this is definitely winnable for Sgrape. I mean, coming back from down 2-1 in the set, Sgrape does manage to dodge the weapon throw sent towards the Macheeete, needing to get this KO very, very quick. A nice delay side air for Sgrape. But now a delay recovery from Macheeete, and stocks are equal up. You're gonna see the final stock red. Do you think?
I mean, we could. It's a lot more likely because Macheeete has been weapon starving Sgrape and has been doing it quite well up until this moment. But, as we like to say, the damage has already been done. You can't get unhit once you're already hit. Sgrape fishing for that side air, but nothing bites. Macheete's going to punch it back to stage, but doesn't pursue the reversal ledge guard. Chooses to play the grounded stage against Sgrape, and it's making it work.
Oh, this could be it. This could be it. Sgrape barely manages to make it back. Final stock red, a good center from Macheeete. Sgrape getting back to stage, dodging out all these great sword hits, going for another delay, not being able to find it. Recovery from Macheeete. That's gonna be it. That is it. Macheeete takes the Game 5 victory over Sgrape in winners quarterfinals. I mean, what do you gotta say about that, man? That was insane.
He clutches the sudden death, and after everything Sgrape has put him through, we saw some of the pieces were starting to fall apart the tower, but the structural integrity was still intact, and it was just a few bricks off